It's showtime.
In the world where billions of devices are connected, the internet needs a robust system to manage them all. This is where IPv4 and IPv6 come in. IPv4, the original system, has been the backbone of the internet for decades. But with the explosion of connected devices, it's running out of addresses. Enter IPv6, designed to handle the future with an almost limitless supply of addresses, ensuring that everything from your smartphone to your smart fridge can stay connected. Imagine you're sending letters. Think of IP addresses like addresses on envelopes when you send letters to your friends. Let's say you live in a small town with 4 houses. Each house has a unique address like 1 Main Street, 2 Main Street, 3 Main Street and 4 Main Street. You can send a letter to any house by writing their addresses on the envelope. This is like IPv4 where there are only 4 billion unique addresses available. At first, that seemed like a lot, but now there are so many people and devices that we have run out of unique addresses. Now imagine your town grew into a massive city with millions and millions of houses. So you need a new way to address all the homes. Instead of using simple numbers like 1, 2, 3 and 4, you start using super long addresses with letters and numbers like ABC 123 Main Street 0001. These new addresses are so long and detailed that you could have trillions and trillions of houses and each one would still have a unique address. This is what IPv6 is like. With so many unique addresses that every device in the world would have its own.
I'm the only one.
Why the change? With IPv4, it was like trying to fit all the people in the world into just 4 houses. Obviously, that wouldn't work, so we had to come up with IPv6, which gives every house its own address in a huge city where no one ever runs out of space. So, while IPv4 is like living in a tiny town with limited space, IPv6 is like living in a giant futuristic city where there's room for everyone.
The human world, it's a mess.
Internet Protocol IP is the primary set of rules that governs the exchange or transmission of data between devices on separate networks. It plays 2 crucial roles, addressing hosts and routing data, both of which can be compared to the mail system. Addressing hosts. IP addresses are numeric identifiers for devices on a network, necessary for communication. Each IP address consists of 2 parts, the network address and the host address. The most common type of IP address is IPv4, Internet Protocol version 4, a 32-bit numeric address written as 4 numbers separated by periods. Each group of numbers is called an octet, with a range from 0 to 255. This format can produce over 4 billion unique addresses, which was initially thought to be sufficient. However, with the explosion of connected devices, 4 billion addresses are no longer enough. IPv4 addresses, though expressed in a standard numeric format, are actually read by computers and networks in binary format, which consists of only ones and zeros. Each octet in an IPv4 address is made up of 8 binary bits, and by manipulating these bits, a range of values from 0 to 255 can be created. For example, an IPv4 address 65.76.45.25 would be represented in binary as 4 sets of 8 bits, with each set corresponding to the numbers 64, 76, 45 and 25. The need for IPv6. Given the limitation of IPv4, IPv6 was developed as the next generation of IP addresses. Unlike IPv4 32-bit numeric addresses, IPv6 uses 128-bit hexadecimal addresses, significantly expanding the number of available addresses. An IPv6 addresses is made up of 8 sets of 16 bits, separated by colons and can generate a staggering 340 undecillion, that is 340 followed by 36 zeros, unique addresses. This abundance ensures that every device on Earth could have billions of unique addresses. IPv6 simplifies networking in several ways. Each device can auto-configure its address, removing the need for DHCP. dynamic host configuration protocol, and the longer addresses while requiring larger headers, eliminating much of the overhead found in IPv4. However, IPv6 is not backward compatible with IPv4, meaning older systems need upgrades or dual stack configurations to support both protocols.
You are no match for my style.
Routing data. The second critical role of IP is routing, predicting and selecting the best possible path for data transmission across network boundaries. Routers perform this function ensuring the data takes the most efficient route. Just as a parcel might travel from one part of your place to your home via a courier rather than making unnecessary stopovers around the world.
I traveled 500 miles to give you my seed.
Lumberjack?
Compatibility and challenges. Despite the advantage of IPv6, the adoption has been slow due to compatibility issues. Accessing an IPv6 only website from an IPv4 system wouldn't work without dual stack configurations or upgrades. Internet service providers (ISPs) are also slow to adopt IPv6 as the transition is costly and doesn't offer immediate benefits to the average consumer. Moreover, many ISPs prefer to maintain control over traffic with carrier-grade NAT solutions, which are less necessary with IPv6. As we continue to transition to IPv6, it's important to understand both versions of IP addresses and how they work. IPv4 addresses can be converted to binary for computer processing, while IPv6 addresses are converted from binary to hexadecimal, making them more efficient and future-proof. The transition will eventually improve network performance and simplify configurations, but it will take time as ISPs and infrastructure catch up.
From now on, you have my trust.
So that's it for the video. If you're interested in tech and curious topics, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel as it will really mean a lot. See you in the next video. Bye.